Man, Sammy the Bull Gravano. Look, you could love him, you could hate him, you could say whatever you want about him, okay? But he's a funny guy. He makes me laugh. So he tells this story where apparently Donald Trump, President Trump at the time, he was in the casino business in Atlantic City, and he was competing with Steve Wynn, who also had the Golden Nugget at the time. So long story short, Steve Wynn had a big, huge presence in Las Vegas. So this is another conspiracy theory. This is another big conspiracy theory that no one could ever figure out why Donald Trump never went to Vegas. In other words, he had his presence in Atlantic City, and Steve Wynn had a presence in Atlantic City and also in Vegas. But then at some point, Steve Wynn completely got out of Atlantic City and only did Vegas. So the understanding was kind of like it was amongst friends. It was like Steve Wynn was like, look, I'll take Vegas. You, Donald, you take Atlantic City, right? But the Sammy Bull Gravano story is that I guess someone approached him, two feds, they were retired. I don't know, this is his story. And they're saying, look, can you tell us something, anything? You understand? But the reference was that they were trying to get Sammy to say, I guess, a lie about Donald Trump because he was applying for a casino license in Vegas. And they're like, look, if you could tell us that he has any affiliation with the mafia or anything, or did he do anything, let us know this, because then we could pull his casino license in Vegas. Again, all of this is alleged, okay? I'm not saying none of this happened. There's a conspiracy theory, so I want to be clear. But so Sammy goes, look, I try. I like the way he talks, Sammy. He's one of a kind. This guy's a total street guy, a total knockaround guy. He's like, look, I tried to get to him. All right, I tried my best, I gave him an offer. I thought, it was an offer he couldn't refuse, but he refused it. You understand? Listen to me. What am I going to do? I'm going to gorilla the guy. I'm going to rough him up. He said no. Okay, I tried to get to him. He said no, because that's it. I don't know nothing else. But they kept pushing him. He said, listen to me. He goes, hey, I told you 4 times. I know nothing. He never, according to me, he never did nothing, illegitimate, nothing. Right? But they wouldn't stop. So now Sammy starts thinking. He's like, wait a minute. So what is this a reference to? Is this a reference to Steve Wynn? Like the implication of the conversation was that, and again, conspiracy theory, because Steve Wynn is great friends with Donald Trump. They're like best friends. I mean, from what I understand, they're great, great friends. Where in his first presidency, I even think that he appointed Steve Wynn to a job at the White House, a big job. But the implication was that it was almost like Steve Wynn didn't want Donald Trump to come to Vegas. You see what I'm trying to say? So in other words, these feds were like the bulldogs that were sent by supposedly him. Again, I'll say it's alleged. It's a conspiracy theory, and this is not my theory, but this is what was out there. And they were trying to push Sammy to lie, to say something like that Donald Trump was affiliated with the mafia, so that this way they could pull his license and Donald Trump couldn't go to Vegas. So Sammy goes like this. He goes, let me ask you, this reminds me like of the movie Casino, He goes, let me ask you a question, he goes, if I say something you want me to say, he goes, do I get a piece of this Wynn Casino, do I get a big piece of it? He goes, well, let me ask you a question. Do I get like an important job, like the food and beverage position? You understand? You label it whatever you want to label it. Do I get a very high paying job? So they're like, listen, Sammy, we can't use the word lie. He goes, I don't give an F what word you use. He goes, what if you want me to lie, is there an offer here? Is there an offer on the table? He goes, other than that, he goes, I already told you once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Donald Trump told me no. I tried. I offered him an offer. He said no. I'm not going to gorilla the guy. I might gorilla you two mamalukes. Get the F out of here. He's really a funny guy, Sammy the Bull Gravano.